Welcome to the introductory session on RISE with SAP Logistics Business Network Freight Collaboration Option. My name is Petra Diesner and I'm part of the line of business solution management organization for digital logistics and therein look after the SAP Logistics Business Network. As you have seen, the SAP Business Network is one of the key pillars of RISE with SAP. Now, let us look into what that exactly means from a logistics perspective. Even in times without a global pandemic, logistics is an area which is stressed. Companies still want to cut costs for logistics, but on the other hand side are faced with super high complexity in the supply chain. In the end, companies want to make their customers happy, but that really means in the meantime that business users also expect the level of service that they are used from in the consumer space. And last not least, there is a lot of volatility in the market, and companies also strive for sustainability. All these partially contradicting goals can't really be easily managed if you have siloed operations where there is more or less no transparency across the business partner ecosystem, and where you also suffer from the pain of onboarding your own ecosystem, so each company for themselves, many point-to-point connections. And this actually results in a disconnect between the physical and information flow, which makes you less resilient. So this is the realm where SAP Logistics Business Network comes into play. It's the one-stop shop for logistics services that allows companies to collaborate more efficiently and to share insights across the complete ecosystem. It offers 3 capabilities, of which freight collaboration, we will do a deep dive on that one, is part of the RISE with SAP offering. And 2 more, the global track and trace, as well as material traceability, which are nice upsell opportunities in your customer conversations. So compared to the out-of-the-box logistics transactions coming with freight collaboration, so standardized capabilities that allows shippers to efficiently manage freight-related transactions with their carriers. The global track and trace option provides the capability to differentiate through situational awareness and allow exception management. Lastly, material traceability looks into offering visibility for up and downstream product genealogy across an N-tier supplier network. But now let's focus on freight collaboration. As part of that, we specifically look into the relationships of a shipper with his logistics service providers. For example, a warehouse or a yard operator, which is managing the docks of a specific site, or carriers that take over freight transportation for the shipper, as well as logistics service providers who might want to outsource the physical transport to other carriers. And the basic concept is that the logistics business network freight collaboration option allows these different stakeholders to, by just onboarding once, be able to collaborate with many, get connected to all the relevant players, and allow to benefit from the streamlined and out-of-the-box business process collaboration. So this allows them to jointly manage logistics transactions in the network. They can exchange documents and can provide insights into process steps operated by others and exchange information amongst themselves. And all this natively integrated with the shipper's business backend system, namely an S/4HANA as part of RISE with SAP. What does that mean from a process perspective? We actually provide standardized end-to-end carrier collaboration as well as insights that are integrated with SAP S/4HANA by design. So on the one hand side, supporting the carrier in his manual interaction with the shipper by exposing the collaborative capabilities of S/4HANA transportation management to the respective end user for being able to manage contracting of freight orders, for allowing to report certain progress milestones, and to also collaborate on the settlement, including possible dispute cases. Also, dock appointments can be managed jointly. So the carrier would be able to self-book a certain appointment based on the respective freight order, and the shipper can then manage that. And last not least, based on the information that is keyed in during execution of a freight order, a shipper can also leverage visibility capability within the logistics business network itself. So being able to see a very comprehensive representation of the milestones that happened, and in case this kind of content is available, so that could be another upsell, can also see geolocation updates within the logistics business network. The freight collaboration option takes care of not only providing these collaborative capabilities, but also feeding this information back into the S/4HANA backend system, so that the transportation manager, the transportation dispatcher working there can stay in his usual working environment and sees all the information that is fed in, so including possible new expected time of arrival that was reported by the carrier. We don't only offer connectivity to web UI carriers, but also provide out-of-the-box integration to digital freight forwarders that are serving different markets, so namely Uber Freight for North America and InstaFreight focusing on Europe, more to follow. And these allow companies to really instantly benefit from real-time pricing insights, so that they can really test out what the price is on the market and can instantly also book capacity beyond the capacity that is available in their contract carrier base. So this allows them to save money as well as save time, specifically in conditions like crisis conditions where you have a lot of volatility in the market. Another capability that actually would require an upsale of respective visibility data is the space of real-time road visibility and also B2B connectivity into a specific carrier's backend system that can be purchased by different vendors. Here, just to mention Project 44 as well as Shipeo. And as I said, that's an upsell, so that's not part of the core content that we offer within the RISE with SAP scope. Similarly, for freight bookings and containers, which allow enriching the data by real-time information coming from a separate vendor as an upsell. So now let us quickly deep dive into the different scenarios that are supported. One being freight collaboration. So that is the contracting piece, so either tendering or subcontracting to a capacity provider, getting milestone progress information, and finally the settlement, supporting both self-billing as well as carrier invoicing. This comes with a consolidated work list for carriers where they can see essentially all the requests from the various shippers they are connected to. They are also notified in case of requests so that they don't need to sit in front of their computer all day and always refresh the work lists, but really get informed. Based on this environment, they can exchange notes and attachments with their shippers. They can view, plan, and they can also report actual dates as well as times of arrival and departure, and report delays as well as upload documents at proof of pickup or proof of delivery. Furthermore, they are supported by a dispute capability that helps resolving discrepancies between the shipper and the carrier regarding the charges, and can manage all their charges and taxes in exchange with the shipper so that they get their fair pay. Coming to the dock appointment scheduling capability next. That's essentially in between transportation and yard or warehouse management, wherein a shipper or also a yard manager or a warehouse, third-party warehouse logistics provider can manage locations and loading points with certain capacities and allow them then the carriers to book appointments themselves. And these can then be managed by the respective owner of these specific docks so that these processes can be managed way more efficiently than by using phone. How does that look like in detail? There is a docking location master maintained by the one owning those docks. The appointments can be managed by the shipper or the one who's owning the facility, and the carrier can self-book appointments. Again, this is supported by notifications, and so far we do have standard integration with SAP Yard Logistics and API-based connection to other capacity documents that can be set up rather easily. Lastly, visibility topic. As I said, that's an application supporting the shipper typically. So very comprehensive UI that allows them to see aggregate information and then really follow the actual progress of freight order execution with the milestones that have been reported back by the carrier for both full truckload as well as less than truckload transports. If you want to leverage geolocation updates and real-time expected time of arrival, this would require respective content from a respective visibility provider as an upsell. But in essence, what the application provides is very nice, very enticing representation of the key attributes of a freight order, some aggregate information, the attachments that have been uploaded, the insights as to the current and also to the planned status of the freight order, with graphical milestone visualization, with a map visualization of where the transport is and where it is planned to go. And again, allowing to extend that by real-time updates with the help of standardized API calls of respective visibility vendors. So that was more or less the overview. Coming to the business benefits of a business network in general, I would say, and then of course the logistics business network freight collaboration in specific. It's really about connecting once and collaborating with many without the need of maintaining these expensive point-to-point connections, and also without the need of maintaining user data of the respective business partners. These will do that by themselves. And these will, by the way, also benefit, of course, because these will also not need to connect to all their shippers, but they can leverage the standardized collaboration provided through the logistics business network freight collaboration, which is a central place to find and use logistics services, and also allows to extend the reach into existing networks, namely digital freight forwarders or visibility networks or B2B networks with a regional or mode-specific scope. And one of the customers who have already proven the value of leveraging this standardized collaboration capability is Döhler, which is a German-based consumer products company. leveraging the Logistics Business Network freight collaboration option in conjunction with an SAP S/4HANA, namely an advanced transportation management, and where they had been able to prove within a fairly short amount of time that the Logistics Business Network is the missing piece to allow them to digitalize and get utmost transparency across their logistics value chain. So the offering allows them to increase efficiency in their shipment execution at lower costs by allowing them to streamline transportation option and ease collaboration. What does that look like from a commercial perspective? What we do is we charge the shipper. So that's essentially the party who's benefiting the most from such a network. And as part of the RISE with SAP, we have bundled in a kind of starter pack for the freight collaboration option within the Logistics Business Network, allowing to consume 1,000 documents per year in connection and also productive connection with 2 Web UI based carriers or 1 Web UI carrier and a pre-boarded digital freight forwarder. So a shipper based on this license can do freight order collaboration with these carriers and can manage dock appointments based on this kind of paid subscription. And the onboarding of these Web UI carriers happens for free. So that means the carriers are onboarded for free. They are connected to the respective shipper who has requested this connection and then can transact. And to allow to benefit from the whole breadth of the Logistics Business Network, it actually also will make sense to look into the existing upsell opportunities. One being, of course, more volume and also unlimited connection for the freight collaboration option, but also Project 44 based visibility or also business to business connectivity for freight tendering, and the more comprehensive track and trace capability that the Logistics Business Network Global Track and Trace option provides. So allowing to really represent complete sales order or purchase order fulfillment process and provide distinctive visibility by extending, by adding attributes, by exchanging additional content beyond the standardized visibility that the Logistics Business Network freight collaboration option provides. And last but not least, of course, also the remainder of the SAP logistics portfolio being transportation management, extended warehouse management, or yard logistics. And if you are interested in what the commercial structure exactly looks like, I would suggest visiting the SAP store, where you on the one hand side see the exact definition of a document in the context of freight collaboration, as well as the pricing tiers. More information on the Logistics Business Network overall can be found on the respective website on sap.com. So collaterals like the reference one-pager on our customer Döler, for example. Then, as I mentioned before, the SAP store with a commercial structure and also access to a virtual demo. Then, of course, very relevant for also implementation is the guides and documentation on the SAP Help portal. And in case you as a partner want to test and demo the offering, we also do have a respective license in place that you can order from Partner Edge. And just to wrap this up, when it comes to regional availability, the Logistics Business Network is available globally and offers already a broad set of languages, and more are to come. So it always will make sense to visit the respective information sites. Lastly, I wanted to make you aware of our email addresses that can be approached in case of certain questions and inquiries about the SAP Logistics Business Network. And would want to close. I hope this overview was helpful, and hope to see you soon in the arena of the SAP Logistics Business Network. Thank you.